Hello, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Greg Allen, and I'd like to welcome you to another 1986 Baker High School Coaches Show. We're proud to be able to bring the Baker High School Buffalo Coaches Show to you this year via Group W Channel 7. This show will be produced by Treb Productions here in Baker, Louisiana. With me today is the head coach of the Battling Buffaloes, Coach Larry Thomas, who will introduce to you just as soon as we get back after a few of these messages.
Make any day special with Fun Flowers from Billy Ann's. Starting at just 25 cents, Fun Flowers fit any occasion or give them for no reason at all. Billy Ann's is ready to help you with your flower needs day or night. We're easy to reach. When thinking of flowers, all you need to remember to do is dial Florist. Our staff of professionals are ready to serve you. Remember to just dial Florist for Billy Ann's flowers and gifts. Video System Maintenance is locally owned and operated. Your video problems, large or small, are no match for our trained technicians. We provide full in-shop repairs on VCRs, video cameras, and camcorders. We're a factory-authorized Zenith and GE warranty center. We give free estimates and are proud to back our work. Your equipment will be back to peak performance. Open 9 a.m. to 6 p.m. Monday through Friday and 9 a.m. to noon Saturdays. Come by 427 Charles Avenue in Baker. Video System Maintenance, 775-8155.
Folks, here we are back with the new head coach of Baker High School football, Coach Larry Thomas. Coach, glad to have you with us this season as the head coach. Folks, we're going to bring you Baker High School football this year after the week following each ball game to tell you some of the highlights and show you some of the highlights of the previous game and talk about the game to come up during the next week. Now, this is the week following the second regular season ball game for Baker High School. We had a coaches show prepared for you after the first week, but had a little technical difficulty and didn't get a chance to air it, but hopefully that won't happen in the future. We'll be here every week on Tuesday at 5:30 to bring you the head coaches show for Baker High School football. Coach, we did a good job the first week against Broadmoor, which everybody is aware of by now. We soundly defeated the Broadmoor Buccaneers, and this past week of football, while we were hosting East Ascension, we found that we didn't just beat a slouch when we beat Broadmoor, that they came back and beat Denham Springs this past week. So we found out that by beating Broadmoor, we had beat a good ball club.
We held down a real good offensive team. When you have Bucky Richardson as a quarterback, they are really a great threat to score. And we were able to contain him and defense him, even though it seemed like in the game at times he ran for a lot of yardage. He was running back and forth across the field. He only ended up with plus 2 yards against us, but against Denham Springs this past week, he had 240 yards rushing.
Well, that kind of makes us feel good that we could hold a ball player like that to that kind of yardage.
It's a credit to our players and our coaches, our defensive coach Milton Broussard, for designing our defense to contain him as well as we did.
Well, Broadmoor is kind of old news right now because, like I said, it is a week and a half old. Our latest foe, of course, was the Spartans from East Ascension, which is always a big rivalry for the Baker Buffaloes.
Right, it's a city rivalry between the mayors, the city council, the towns themselves. The trophy is put up as, you know, the mayor's trophy is retained by the winning team, and East Ascension always comes to Baker with a huge team, and this year was an exceptionally large team, and they were very physical. We knew we were in for a physical battle. And it was that. We lost a player or two. Most of them will be back, but we were able to come through it. Pretty decent health with our players, and had an outstanding victory.
You're right, Coach. It is a big rivalry between both of the towns, not just the schools, because both of these schools are represented by communities made up of folks that are community oriented. And as the folks seen the ball game on Channel 7. After the ball game Friday night, they seen where there was a rivalry between the mayors. We had both of the mayors in the press box that we talked to with the mayor's trophy. And of course, the gimmick behind this is whichever high school wins the game that year, the city gets to keep the mayor's trophy for that year. And we've had it in our possession for the last several years. As Mayor Johnny Berthelot pointed out, He's been the mayor now going in his third year, and he's never had possession of that trophy. And I promised him that, I told him that you promised that if he's the mayor for the next 20 years, he will never have possession of the trophy. So we're sure you're going to fulfill that promise.
I hope we keep that string up, that he can.
I do too. Well, folks, we're going to look at some plays from this past week's ball game, some highlighted plays, and we're going to make, the coach is going to make some comments on it. And during these highlight features, we might show you a little footage from the mayors talking in the press box at halftime. But Coach, let's take an opportunity now and look at some of the highlighted plays from the ball game, and maybe you can share a few highlights, comments about what do you think about these plays.
Okay, Greg.
Coach, we're going to see an effort by a fine defensive back who has been a backup quarterback for the last couple of years behind Chris Mook, and in a situation where most kids would give up and quit, he's worked for himself a position and did a fine job on this play right here.
You know, Alan Walsh is at linebacker, right linebacker, in there where Alton Gajan plays, and he's doing a good job reading and having that quarterback experience puts him right on the play.
Boy, he is a good, dedicated ball player. Alan Walsh, number 11, fine interception. Okay, Coach, here we go. We've switched sides on offense, on defense, and on this play right here. It looked like for a second we were going to be in the end zone on this little pass play right here.
Yes, Chris Mook hits Theron Duncan, and right at the goal line, and he tried to make a move back inside, and there's two defenders there.
It was a good defensive play by the East Ascension Spartans, too, to keep him out of that end zone.
Right.
Like I said earlier, at this point in the ball game, nobody has scored. It's been kind of switching back and forth. Of course, we've seen a key factor at the beginning of this drive where Alan Walls had made that interception and gave us possession. Now we've worked our way down the field. Our offense has done their job and put us in this position next to the goal line.
Right, this is a big task against a big team down on the goal line to get it in the end zone. It's short, but it's still a job to get it in there.
Well, we find ourselves on the 1 or 2 yard line.
And with extra effort by Theron Duncan and a power formation, he gets in.
A good play. Okay, Coach, this is a key point in the game where East Ascension has possession. They got a good drive.
Yes, they have maintained the ball real well here. They have a controlled type of offense with the big people they have up front. Their quarterback 5 hands off, and we strip him right there near the 6 yard line, and Lynn Howell comes up with a key fumble. Very important recovery.
Beautiful recovery by Lynn Howell, number 15. Okay, Coach, we had to punt the football away, and they took over the football with fairly good field position. And here we have a key play by one of your senior linebackers.
Barry Causey, our left linebacker, reads a tight end releasing off the line of scrimmage. Quarterback fakes into the line and drops for a quick pass to the tight end. And Barry's right there and picks it off.
A beautiful effort, number 54, Barry Causey. After that interception, real quick, we take advantage of the possession of the football.
Right, we're in score position. We go to our power I formation, and Chris Mook hits Tony Sampson in the flat for a touchdown.
A beautiful effort too by Chris Mook and by Tony Sampson for putting 6 more points on the board for the Baker Buffalo. Okay, Coach, on this play right here, Alfred had made a good effort, but it was called back, which set up something, a play right after this one we really want to talk about.
Right, Alfred Hudson makes about a 30-yard gain here. We have a clip on the play. So he runs past midfield, which we're in good shape. And it looks kind of bad for us after the penalty.
Right. There was a penalty on that play right there, folks, where it got called back, and then this is setting up and getting us prepared for the next play, which I know the coaches knows what's happening out there, but the fans found a new ball player on this next play that we didn't know we had, Coach.
Well, Cedric McNeely was our flanker back with our junior varsity last year, and he's running behind Tony Sampson right now. He's a junior, Tony's a senior, and he's in the ball game right now. And
right.
The ball is thrown to him. Chris hits him on a fly pattern, and he does what a good running back needs to do. In fact, he did some things that we haven't seen him do, and we're real proud that he made that effort.
Ladies and gentlemen, if you were at the game or you've seen the film of the game, you'll recall this play. This is Cedric McNeely going out for a long pass, makes a beautiful reception, and then makes an individual effort to get by several tacklers to elude several tacklers all the way into the end zone. He really wanted a touchdown, didn't he, Coach?
He looked like he was wanting to get in that end zone.
A fine effort by number 23, Cedric McNeely. Hey, you've seen two tacklers, the third one going for him near the goal line. Look, we don't take anything away from Chris Mook. That was a fine pass by Chris Mook. It was right on the money. And then the effort of Cedric McNeely made a beautiful play out of that.
Chris had done a fine job hitting his receivers this year.
Okay, Coach, that was a beautiful job done in the first half. Of course, we know that it was a beautiful job done throughout the entire ball game. I want to take an opportunity right now. We have some sponsors that pays for bringing this show and also the ball game on Friday nights to the people. And these sponsors are recognized through some commercial messages that we have during the show. We do have a new sponsor, folks, that we hadn't have a commercial for yet, and that's Superior Ford in Zachary. And their motto is where you can drive a superior deal. So we want you to patronize these folks. They're the ones that's responsible for bringing Baker High School football into your living room. So we want to recognize Superior Ford in Zachary as one of our prime and important sponsors. A few other things we want to mention that happened week before last that we didn't get an opportunity to bring to the folks was that last week for the Broadmoor game, Baker High School was picked as the FM 98 Coca-Cola Team of the Week, which we're real proud of, Coach. Congratulations to you and your coaching staff, and of course the Baker Buffaloes themselves. I think we had another little surprise for the week last week.
Chris Mook was selected Player of the Week by the Morning Advocate, and we're proud of the effort that Chris had. And of course, this week he had another good effort, so he may be a candidate again.
Well, that's good. Boy, that's something to be proud of, that the Baker team can be picked as Team of the Week, and then we had the key #1 football player.
You know, last year the game that we were picked for the same award was the Denham Springs game, so we're very proud that they picked this ball game this early in the season to give us that award, and it was a good team effort and a good job by our coaches.
Well, good. I want to also mention Billy Ann Riddle of Billy Ann's Flowers and Gifts here in Baker, Louisiana. Please, folks, give her a call, patronize her. She's responsible for helping us set up our sets, etc., and she is a key sponsor of Baker High School football, is a strong supporter of Baker High School in general, always has been, and she'll be with us for a long time. Billy Ann, we want to say thank you. Well, Coach, we're looking for some exciting things in the second half of play. We're going to take a break for a few commercial messages and be back with a few more comments from you on some plays that took place in the second half of play.
Okay, my fine.
Make any day special with Fun Flowers from Billy Ann's. Starting at just 25 cents, Fun Flowers fit any occasion or give them for no reason at all. Billy Ann's is ready to help you with your flower needs day or night. We're easy to reach. When thinking of flowers, all you need to remember to do is dial Florist. Our staff of professionals are ready to serve you. Remember to just dial Florist for Billy Ann's Flowers and Gifts.
Hello, folks. If you're just joining us, we'd like to welcome you to the second half of the 1986 Baker High School Coaches Show. I'm Greg Allen, along with the new head coach of Baker High School, Coach Larry Thomas. I'm sitting here, folks, with the winningest coach that Baker High School has ever had on a percentage basis. He has actually won 1,000% of his games as head coach so far, being 2-0 on the season. Coach, we want to see you retire with that same percentage record. You understand?
I think, Greg, it'd be a good idea, 2-0, but you know, you always stand that chance, but you play them one at a time, and you hope you can win them all. That's what we're going to try our best to do.
Well,
but we have some big shoes to fill. We have some good coaches and teams in the past.
Boy, we really have. And Coach J.C. Stewart, of course, that everybody knows retired, was a fine coach and left a beautiful record here at Baker High School. And, of course, I think the folks, you've got them convinced now that you'll be able to do this every ball game for the rest of your career. I think everybody in the stands is convinced of that, and I don't think you're going to let them down.
Well, we will attempt that, Greg. I tell you, we'll give it our best shot.
Well, good. Folks, we're fixing to look at a short footage of a little action that took place in the press box Friday night of the Baker East Ascension ball game. As we mentioned earlier in the show, this is an important rivalry between these two schools, East Ascension and Baker, not only for the schools but the community. You're going to see where we interviewed the two mayors of the two cities, the city of Baker and the city of Gonzales, Mayor Pete Heine and Mayor Johnny Berthelot from Gonzales, and a few of their comments that we had at halftime. Coach, we were talking before the show. This is a viable part of high school athletics and communities of what we do here with this Mayor's Trophy rivalry.
It seems like it's a real friendly rivalry between the towns and the schools, and although sometimes as you look out on the field, you wonder how that is happening, but it is a good friendly thing, and I think it's good between the cities that we can compete that way and come out as friends and shake hands after it's all over with.
Right. Regardless of what it might look like in the heat of battle, sometimes it is a real friendly rivalry, as the coach said, and we're going to show you just how friendly it can be right here. Folks, here we are at halftime of the Baker High School, East Ascension High School football game at Wedge Kai Stadium, where the Baker Buffaloes lead the Spartans by a score 18-0. We're in the press box right now with the two mayors of the cities, the mayor of Baker, Mayor Pete Heine, along with the mayor of Gonzales, Mayor Johnny Berthelot, an old friend of all of ours, Pete. And we wanted y'all up here to kind of share with the folks of what we're doing and what Johnny Berthelot's holding in his hand. Now, he don't have possession of that. We just letting him hold it for right now. And this thing goes back a long way. And me and you can remember some sad moments over on their field when we was having to hand this thing over.
That's exactly right, Greg. In fact, I thought they was going to keep it and take possession of it there for a while, but we got it back now, and I'm just letting old Johnny kind of handle it a little bit tonight, but we plan on keeping it, and I'm going to shine it up and rub his nose in it a little bit.
Maybe we're getting to win this thing so many times lately, we ought to just let them shine it up, let them do the shining, and us do the showing.
I never thought about that. We're going to give that a try. Johnny, it's good to have you back.
I tell you, I really appreciate being here, and of course, coming up and being a part of this halftime festivity. Thank y'all very much, especially for the pizza, good hot pizza.
Boy, y'all got it going up here. I'm going to want to get in this press box again.
I'm telling you. Johnny, now, of course, you was on the council for a long time, and you and I served at the same time. But this thing goes back way before your time as mayor. And, Pete, can you kind of share that with us? When did y'all, who put this together?
We think it started in 1971 or 70. We're really not sure. But Charlie Pasqua, who is a good friend of all of ours, and the executive director of the LMA, he and I were mayors at the time, and we were good buddies just like Johnny and I are. Had this great rivalry, and we said we need to do something. We bought the trophy, the two mayors did, and started back and forth. And it's just gone. The rivalry between these two cities are great. More than in just football.
Oh, that's right.
That's what makes it so great.
It really is. And I want to tell you, you know, these boys are aware on both teams that this trophy exists. I mean,
absolutely.
I came through the gate, and the head coach, he acknowledged that I was here, and he said, Mayor, we're going to try to win it for you. I don't know if y'all realize, but I've been mayor going on my third year, and I hadn't brought it home yet.
Well,
so I kind of been bringing them bad luck. And
Johnny, we appreciate having you with us, but we're going to try to keep your tradition going the way you don't bring it home.
I might not get reelected if I don't get this thing back.
Mayor, I let him have an election yet.
Good. Okay. We might work with you.
I appreciate that.
Mayor Heine and Mayor Johnny Berthelot, we appreciate y'all being up here with us at halftime, and may the best team win as always. And we're going to have y'all on camera at the end of the game. Y'all get out there and make a little show for us.
Okay, thank you, Greg.
Good. Appreciate it.
Okay, buddy.
We're going for a commercial break. Well, Coach, that right there is what we're talking about. That's what the rivalry is about. That's what the fun that comes out of this while y'all are out there working on the sideline. And I know it is a job with you guys, and you do a good job at it. But that shows the spiritness of the community. Hopefully, high school athletics will always be like that. It is supposed to be fun.
And it does show the support that your city gives you, and we appreciate that.
Good. I think that the kind of job y'all do and the kind of system that you have over there, you'll always get the support of these folks. Again, we're going to be looking at some more footage here of some plays, but we want to remind you about our sponsors. Please patronize the sponsors that you see that brings this show to you folks. And we want to mention one that you won't see a commercial on. That'll be Superior Ford in Zachary. Superior Ford, where you get a superior deal. So patronize these people. They bring Baker High School football to you. Okay, Coach, we're going to now look at a few plays, some highlights of the second half of Friday night's game. Okay, Coach, we're fixing to see one of the sadder points in the game for the Baker Buffaloes, where the East Ascension Spartans have drove down, got deep into our territory, and then they just come in real strong and overpower our defense into the end zone.
Greg, this is what we were afraid of in East Ascension, that they had lost 2 times out, and they're not that type ball club, and they did put it together in this drive, and I'm sure their coaches are happy to see that, but they pushed us around a little bit, and I think the tendency to let up after half, which we were guarding against, try to warn them, that's what happened to our defense.
Do what you do. Coach, we're fixing to see an exciting play here now. We're in the middle of the third quarter, and this is a pass play. Kind of fill us in who we're looking at.
Tony Sampson runs a deep route, and he does this probably as good as anybody on our team. He's quick, and he gets behind the defense, and Chris Mook drops, play action, and hits Tony on the run.
Well, Chris has beautiful form, doesn't he?
Threw in there real pretty. That's the play we missed, the first play of the game. Pass play. That could have been 6, that first play.
I'm gonna tell you the kind of kid Chris Mook is. I complimented him after the game, and he said, Mr. Allen, he said, I had a real good coach. I had a lot of time to throw all night long. And he said that's complimentary to my line. So that's the kind of kid we're talking about there.
Yeah, our offensive front line did do a good job protecting Chris this week, and they worked hard, and they're improving all the time.
You know, as good an athlete. Okay, Coach, this is a good defensive effort, and we're seeing a young man pull a little interception here that we've been seeing a lot of so far in the first 2 ball games.
Glenn Howell does a real good job reading this pass. It's a fake into the line and a quick throw, and he's right there. And he runs well with that to catch.
Well, he really does. He was right where he was supposed to be, and like you said, got some yardage out of it after it was over. We mentioned Chris Mook a while ago, while we're looking at a little foul footage here. You know, the kind of kid that he is, as good a job as he does and all the compliments that he gets, he don't fail to recognize that it's a team effort out there. Okay, Coach, this is the first play of the fourth quarter, and East Ascension has the ball and has us down in the hole here.
East Ascension came back real strong in the second half, played even with us as far as points go, and they drive the ball gradually down the field and eventually get the score right here. We were overshifted just a little bit more than we should have been on this particular play, and they found a hole there and got in for the score.
They don't quit. They're a pretty good scrappy ball club, and of course when you beat a team like that by the margin that we beat them, that's kind of complimentary to the Buffaloes. Huh?
They're very aggressive. They really come at you hard.
Coach, here's an exciting play, and you're going to see a tough little man in Tony Sampson, because he knew he was in traffic and he knew he was going to get hit, and he maintained concentration.
Right, he does a good job getting up in the air, and he's real quick. And
okay, Coach, this is where we had got a little excited here, I think, on this play. We got them down on about the East Ascension 7 or 8 yard line, I believe.
Right, we get a good play, good run, and good blocking up front after the pass Tony had caught a while ago, and we take it in.
Good, there you go.
Touchdown. Alfred Hudson.
Alfred Hudson did a fine job on that play. There was a little scuffle that took place out on the field.
Well, those things happen sometime. We aren't, we don't encourage that, and we aren't proud that those things happen. But in the game of football, they do happen sometime. And I was just proud that our coaches did a good job containing our players.
Okay, at this point, it's 30-12, I think, isn't it?
30-12, right.
Baker Buffaloes took a decisive lead. Well, Coach, that's we got 2 exciting football games behind us. Of course, that latest one there was a thriller. It was a good ball game. So far this season, we've seen some key offense that people didn't really know what we were going to have on offense, and we've seen that in the first 2 ball games against 2 good teams that we have a viable and strong offensive attack. And it looks like that the defense is coming around, getting a little bit more mature every week, because we played 2 good offensive ball clubs and have managed to maintain them. So we're excited about what we've seen so far. Let's take a few minutes and share with the public, with the fans out there, what we're going to be looking at in the future. I know that these folks that's coming to visit Baker this year, I think we played them last year, but we were down in their territory, which is a tough part of the country. How do you feel about not having to go down there this year?
Well, South Terrebonne Gators, they play in a district that's very tough. As we know, Central Lafourche and South Lafourche, Assumption, Terrebonne High, Thibodeau, those are some of the schools that are in that district, and they come out of a tough district. Last year, they didn't have a real good year. They have a coaching change. They're much improved over last year. In fact, they won their jamboree. Now, they lost this past week to Capital High School over Baton Rouge, but they were leading 10-7 going into the fourth quarter, and Capital intercepts a pass and sets up a score and wins 13-10. So we're looking for a much improved South Terrebonne team, and we know that we're going to have to play well to continue what we've been doing.
So they got beat this week by a 7 quad A team, but it wasn't just a runaway. I mean, they were right in the ball game to the end of the game, is what you're saying.
All right, Capital beat them 40-something points last year as we did, so you can see that there's a vast improvement that this coach has brought to them with new staff.
Yeah. As everybody knows, we had to go to Homer last year to play those folks down there, and it's never fun or exciting to go down that bayou down there to play any one of them schools. And it seems like that every year, and as far back as we can remember, that when we get into the playoffs, we've had to make a trip down Lafourche Bayou down there. So it's better to have those folks up on this end.
We're glad to be in confines of Wedge Kai Stadium for this ball game.
How about, is there anything special about their offensive attack? Do they just play basic offensive football, or can we expect to see any secrets on them?
They run mostly a veer offense. They have a good running back that broke 40 or 50-yard touchdown against Brother Martin of New Orleans. Their quarterback throws the ball fairly well, and they have a good, quick defensive front, similar to what we saw in Baltimore, same defensive alignment. So we'll have to adjust our blocking assignments and be ready to do a good job against them.
So we can be expecting them to put a little bit more pressure on Chris Mook than he's had put on him in the last week then.
Right,
So.
they're going to send linebackers and with a 4-man front and 3 or 4 linebackers.
Okay, Coach, you got, like you have your information on Terrebonne. Do y'all get some game films or something that you studied to learn about this?
Right, Coach Langlois, Earl Langlois, scouted South Terrebonne, and he took 2 of our tapes. They'll see our Jamboree game and our Baltimore game. And we have 2 tapes, the same 2 tapes on them. We were able to see the Brother Martin game and see their Jamboree against Terrebonne High.
So while we're all out there having fun, waiting for exciting football to happen next Friday, you spent most of your weekend, you and your coaching staff, going over film, studying about what you're going to be looking at next
Right,
week.
we've already looked at those tapes, and we have a scout report we give to our players on Monday. So over the weekend, we have to look at those tapes and decide what plans we have or attack that we're going to use and see what we're going to do to stop them.
Well, good. Coach, we want to thank you for being with us, and it's always a pleasure to be with the head coach from Baker High School and to be part of Baker High School football, even though it's a small way. But we really appreciate the job you and your coaching staff is doing. And you have a fine coaching staff. We don't want to leave any of them out. Maybe in weeks to come we can have a few of them as guests on the show with us from time to time. Again, I want to remind the folks that this show, along with the football games Friday night, would not be possible were it not for sponsors, people that pays for airtime to bring this football game to you. You've seen commercials throughout this show. We want to ask you to patronize these people. We want to remind you also that the sponsor, we don't have a commercial made for you yet, is Superior Ford in Zachary, where you get a superior deal. So when you see these folks, tell them you've seen their name on the Baker High School Coaches Show. We want to take this opportunity to thank Treb Production, the first television radio production company of its kind in Baker, Louisiana, owned and operated by Bert Carson. We want to thank them for bringing this show to you, Bert Carson and his entire staff of Treb. Folks, join us back here again next Tuesday at 5:30 for the second edition of 1986 Baker High School football.